Okay, very good. Welcome, everyone. Welcome to the World Congress on Thyroid Cancer 3.5, an international meeting on thyroid cancer and thyroid nodules. I'm Greg Randolph, and this is Dr. Rocco Bellantone. So welcome to 3.5 and welcome to Rome. I'd like to introduce all of the steering committee members whose hard work has resulted in the development of this really superb meeting. First and foremost, Dr. Rocco Bellantone. I will introduce him in just a minute. But also Dr. Celestino Lombardi, co-director of the Endocrine Surgical Service here in Rome. Dr. Brian McIver, who is Chief of Endocrinology at Moffitt Cancer Center. Jeremy Freeman, who is Head and Neck Surgeon and Chief of the Thyroid Division at University of Toronto. Ian Widerick, who is Chair of Otolaryngology, Head and Neck Surgery at University of Toronto. Ashok Shaha, who is attending the Jatin Shah Chair at Memorial Sloan Kettering. Brian Haugen is Chief of Endocrinology at University of Colorado. Dr. Michael Tuttle, who is Chief of Endocrinology at Memorial Sloan Kettering. Lori Worth, who's the Head of Medical Oncology Head and Neck Oncology and Thyroid Oncology at Mass General Hospital. Naifa Busadeh, who is an endocrine oncologist and head of the Thyroid Nodule Clinic in MD Anderson. And Peter Angelos, who is the Head of Endocrine Surgery at University of Chicago. There we go. So first and foremost, I think we owe all in this room a debt of gratitude to Dr. Bellantone. Rocco is Professor of Surgery and Dean of the Catholic University Medical School of the Sacred Heart of Rome. He is the head of clinical government's Polyclinic Gemelli Catholic University of the Sacred Heart. He is the first surgeon to describe video-assisted thyroidectomy, of which he has performed over 1,500. He is a master surgeon, having performed over 10,000 thyroidectomies, and a master researcher with over 600 peer-reviewed articles. He's the president of the first section of the Health National Committee and the president of the National Research Board of the Health Ministry. He's a world-renowned endocrine surgeon, a personal friend. He and I met many years ago and actually had a great time conducting a congress. I think it was in 2008. From Cornell, and so that was a great success, and it was on the basis of really that friendship that this Congress grew. He introduced me personally to minimally invasive techniques, and based on that friendship, really, this Congress has been born. Rocco and his unit and Rome were selected out of 7 different candidate cities that were submitted applications to the World Congress on Thyroid Cancer to provide an interim Congress between our 3.0 Congress and our upcoming 4.0 Congress in 2021, and I think you understand what a wise decision we made. Celestino Lombardi, is he here? Can you raise your hand? Celestino has been a tireless worker, full professor, friend, hardest individual working for this Congress in this room, always gets the job done. And then Marco Raffaele and Carmelo De Crea, can you raise your hands? Also members of the Rocco group. The steering committee, Brian McIver, Jeremy Freeman, Ian Widerick, Jatin Shah, who's not able to be here for health reasons, Ashok Shaha, Brian Haugen, Mike Tuttle. I wonder if you guys would just all raise your hands, because these are the guys helping to run and orchestrate the meeting, and so if there are problems, especially seek out that Mike Tuttle. He won't know what to do, but he'll ask Brian. And Brian will know what to do, and he'll ask Celestino, and Celestino will get it done. So that's the way we've got things worked out. So I think, let's just see here if this is working here now. So the World Congress on Thyroid Cancer is a peculiar entity. It is really not an organization. It's a group of friends working together to try and make the very best educational event that we can on the face of this earth for thyroid cancer. And I think, the registration for this meeting is now topping about 700. At its core, the World Congress has its functionality derived from a true commitment to multidisciplinary care, which is not a reach for thyroid cancer, and also at its core, a global intersection of expertise. So endocrine surgeons, otolaryngology surgeons, endocrinologists, radiation oncologists, pathologists, radiologists, physician assistants, nurse practitioners, geneticists, basic science, nuclear medicine science, all converge in World Congress programming. This particular Congress, 3.5, has been endorsed by over 25 national and international professional societies, including the Italian Society of Endocrinology, the International Association of Endocrine Surgeons, the American Thyroid Association, and the American Association of Clinical Endocrinologists, and also the very large thyroid cancer patient survivor group, THICA. So this is really a great opportunity for networking. The keynote speakers are renowned. The panel moderators and panelists are the best and brightest multidisciplinary faculty in the world. But our most important ingredient to this meeting is your voice that the attendees bring, centrally important for our Congress. So ask questions, challenge assumptions, break new ground, and help us together build an evidence-based, cost-effective, personalized, and compassionate approach to patients with thyroid cancer. We also want to acknowledge the support of our industry sponsors and exhibitors without whom the meeting could not be put on, including Eisai, Medtronic, Johnson & Johnson. These are the exhibitors that are in the large exhibit room directly behind our plenary room, which is this room on level C, as well as Exelixis, IBSA, Dr. Langer, Loxo, Olympus, Thyroseq, and Interpace, which are the exhibitors up on the higher level, which is also where the breakfast symposiums will be tomorrow and the day after. So basically, it was Jeremy Freeman who started the World Congress in 2009 in Toronto. That meeting was, despite we signed the hotel contract, and about 10 minutes later, Jeremy said, I think we have a problem. The world economy has collapsed, and I think we're all going to go bankrupt. And so we just had another cup of coffee, maybe a drink or two, and pushed on regardless. And fortunately, we had 700 people show up for that first meeting in 2009. We made some progress with Jeremy's leadership in Toronto, a wonderful city to have a meeting, and the attendance went up to over 800 in 2013, and then in 2017, under Brian McIver's leadership, we had nearly 1,400 individuals come to the Boston 3.0 meeting. Again, this Rome meeting was felt to be kind of an interim meeting. Rocco and I initially talked and thought we would be happy if we could get perhaps 200, 250 people in the room, small little nice meeting, no fuss, no muss, and now we have over 700 registrants. So please keep in mind the 2021 meeting sounds like a long time away, but not so far away, so mark your calendar. The end of July 2021 in Boston. We hope to have that be the largest thyroid cancer meeting on earth, which we hope to have a registration of about 2,000. And so with that, I'll turn over the podium. Thank everyone for coming, and please let us know if there are problems or questions that you have, and then turn over the podium to Dr. Bellantone.
Thank you, Greg, for your friendship. Thank you for all the faculty, for the honor that we have to organize this terrific meeting, this terrific Congress. Only a few words, because I am unhurried to get started, and especially Saturday to finish with a happy end. Please think that in this organization we put our brain, but especially we put our heart. For all problems, I am the guilty, but for all well done, Celestino Pio Lombardi This is the man who organized this terrific Congress. Thank you very much. Have a good job, and I hope a very nice days in this beautiful city, Rome. Thank you.